Part 2, grade 8s, finish off question 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sorry, that kind of ended abruptly. I had a computer error at this end, so hopefully we can continue through this next few questions. So I think we're just about to start 7. We'd finished 6. And in this one, we are looking at solving equations and remembering the steps through that. And the first, hopefully you're familiar with this one, which is the distributive property. And you have to go and multiply those two together. So you're going 3 by x is going to be 3x, and 3 by -5, positive and a negative is a negative, 15, and that equals 9. Now the next step is that you want to solve for x. You want to figure out what x is. That's the purpose over here. Now you can plug those in right now and figure it out if you want. That's one way to do it, but we're going to make sure here, take the steps. So opposite operation, 15, you want to take away 15, get rid of 15 out of there, you add 15, so that'll cancel, leaving you with 3x equals, and in this you get 9 plus 15 is 24. Opposite again, this is a multiply, so I need to divide both sides by the number, the coefficient, numerical coefficient in front of the x, the variable. X should equal 8, and I see that answer there. To prove it, let's put 8 in here. Pretend there's an 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. And then you have your 3 times your 3 equals 9, and that's balanced. And the answer should be this one here. Okay. Next, the old Pythagorean square. So let's go. Hopefully you remember the rhyme, the rap. A squared, yeah, plus b squared, yeah, equals c squared, yeah. And hopefully then remember the different sides. So your longest side is always your hypotenuse, which is here, and that's your c. So you don't know what the c is, but the legs, it doesn't matter which leg is a, which leg is b. I'm going to go 6 is going to be my a, plus, then I'm going to go my 8 for my b. Remember, all these are squared now as well. So I'm just going to pull it down here a little further. Okay. So in this one now, you've got to go and square them. So 6 times 6 is 36. And 8 times itself, 8 times 8, 64, equals c squared. And that turns into 100 equals c squared. But you're not trying to find the square of it. You're trying to find one side. So that's where you need to do the square root sign. Square root sign. And this will allow you to find what 1c is. So c is going to equal 10. And this side will be 10. And remember the multiples of 3, 4, and 5. So 3 that's a multiple, 4 and 5. So that gives you that right angle triangle. Of course, remembering when you saw that sign there, it should be a right angle triangle. Pythagorean theorem. Question number 9. This graph is kind of a tough one, to be quite honest. It's one of the tougher ones you have to do. So when you get into these ones, and here's your formula. Now within these questions, they give you the points. They give you what x and y can be. So what you should do is, we're going to start a little chart here, and my handwriting is going to be poor, so I might go over this one. So I'm going to pick this one. So here, for example, I don't know how that happened, eraser. Let's try that again. So in this one, x and y. So in this one, my point is x is 0 and the y is 5. Does that work in this equation? Let's check it out. So x is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 5. So that one would work. Let's go to the next one and make sure. You should always pick at least 2, if not 3 points. So this one, x is 1, y is 3. 1 and 3. Sorry for that. So let's plug that one in to see if it works. So if x is 1, 1 here. 2, and then remember to multiply. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 5 is 7. Well, that one is not working. Let's try it again, just in case. Let's look at this one as 3. So if x is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 5 is 11. Is y 11? Well, now you know it's no good. That one doesn't work. So remember the points are there. In this particular chart, let's try that again. So you've got another point that's the same. So 0 and 5. Does that work? We know that 2 times 0 is 0, plus 5 is 5. So that point works for x. For y, let's do the next one. In this one, you're going here and here. So your x is -1 and your y is 3. Let's see if that works. 2, this time you're going to go -1. 2 times -1, that one equals -2. And -2 plus 5 is 3. So that looks good. Let's try another one in our heads. This point looks like it's 5 and 5. So if x is -5, 2 times -5 is -10, plus 5 is -5. So this is the correct graph. So it's important to try 2 or 3 steps, because if you've done that one, that looks good, but it's not good. You've got to use 2. Last question. Oops, sorry. Last question. Oh. Last question. Which of these equations represent the graph? So this is the one where we are going to pick some different points. Let's try A question. This is x and y. So my favorite number is 0. Let's put 0 in. 0 plus 6 is 6. Does that point work? X is 0, y is 0. So that one's good. Let's try the next one. Okay, so this one shows a -1. Let's put -1 in here. So x is -1. -1 plus 6. Plus 6 is 5. So that one works. Let's try a third just to be sure. I'm going to go way down here because I like using the zeros. So in this one, y is 0 and x is -6. So in this one now, you're going to have -6 plus 6, and we know that's 0. So this one has to be the solution. So again, hopefully that works for you guys and girls doing this app. And the answers are there. I hope you can send me, I'll post this right now, which is Wednesday night. And by the end of the day, Thursday, I'm hoping you check it out. And I will post quiz 2 for you to start. Have a great evening. Thank you.